When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Hello， 大家，这是小 Yui， 我们又回来 Tangle Tower 啦。那今天应该是大结局了，让我们看下去吧。好，那我们就继续看这个吧，《神秘生物宅邸》。
Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me.
Misted.
神秘生物
Misteds? Sure, yeah. You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, misteds, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it?
特不是吗？
I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being misteds are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
书房照片
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of a misted mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
Rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one.
And what happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped misteds. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue.
Oh.
Reluctantly, but still.
这是给 Hawkshaw 的.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Freya Fellow 之所愿.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge. Unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Oh, 我知道.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy.
他不知道这个是 Freya 的噩梦，然后他依照这个形象制作出了 Hawkshaw， 反而造成了 Freya 很重的心理压力之类的吗？
I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps somehow free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
哦，难怪他就是因为 Freya 发现了这件事情，所以其他的他两个好朋友才说他最近变了。
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona.
For Fiona?
And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Ah, well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
还在留声机里。哦，那个鸟真的很恐怖。哦，又开始了。湖边，小船被开走了。
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
两个还好吧？
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
Fitz 救了我们两个。
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on
带
her.
十字弓。
But who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know she,
你知道
that she
她是
was
凶
the
手吗
murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us because he liked Penny
因为他
a
喜欢
lot.
Penny。
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
他误跳出
Did
去
she
了。
survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy,
Someone
why do you have
Penny
Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself.
可怜
Poor
的
little
鸟。
thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can
understand
understand human language.
So,
Penny
Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard.
最后还
She
是
took
跑
the
走
boat.
了。
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right
你怎么知道？
here.
哦，
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
金
Poppy,
甲虫。
what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone.
它不属于任何
So,
人。
I'm going to put it on the ground
对吧？野
and
放。
never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
这是他想要的。Freya 吗？哦，结束了。我觉得这款游戏的渲染其实真的做的蛮好，可是这个结尾突然让我觉得有点突然，不知道是不是有其他结局耶。对我来说啦，我会蛮期待它是不是有其他结局的，也许可以救赎Penny。 我这么希望吗？哦，甲虫飞走了。哦，结束了。其实这个结束让我觉得有点，怎么讲，有点难过的感觉。虽然说陪你做了这件事情。当然中间还有一些感觉不是那么合理的地方啊，像是佩妮到底是怎么一人分饰两角，就是在他的鸟笼房跟在那个石头阶梯上面可以到处就是顺来顺去，也许是用他的翅膀袖子很惆怅的感觉。就是他最一开始做这些事情是因为做这些事情最一开始可能真的就只是他很寂寞而已吧，他想要得到大家的对他的认可。他自己也说了嘛，他在这个塔里面其实是没有任何用处的或是什么的。我觉得感觉还有一些未解之谜耶，有一些感觉是我自己漏掉的地方没有解决，像是在就是温室看到的那些图案啊，或者是在图书馆看到的黑板上的那些问题，还有到底菲菲房间的那些人物的图代表着什么，感觉还有很多的谜题没有解完，我不知道到底是我自己漏掉了还是怎么样。好吧，虽然尽管我对这个结局感到有一点突然，有点不知所措，不过我觉得整体来说这款游戏还真的是一个很棒的游戏。不知道它有没有其他的结局啊，如果有的话可能之后可以再来破看看之类的，可能我们最后的那几个问题会影响到结局的发展之类的，不知道。好啦，那我们的 Tangle Tower 就连载到这里结束啦，除非是真的还有其他结局，可能我会再来补拍一下之类的。好啦，那希望大家喜欢这款游戏啦。那其实从以前我就蛮想要拍一些不同的游戏，可是怎么说呢，以前的我可能有点太关注于说这个游戏可能没有什么人看啊，观看很差，然后我就会心情不是很好，拍不下去之类的，没有什么动力。不过后来我想，其实我自己也蛮喜欢这类的游戏，那干嘛在乎那么多呢？对吧？就是自己拍开心的比较重要嘛。希望大家也喜欢这些啊。之后我有找了一些有一些是类似的，有些是不同类型的游戏，希望大家都会喜欢啦。好啦，那我们这次就到这里结束啦。那大家喜欢影片的话，记得帮我点个喜欢，也不要忘记帮我订阅跟分享。那我们就下次不知道什么游戏再见咯，大家拜拜。感谢大家把影片看到最后。那我平常除了 YouTube 会上传影片之外呢，也会在 Nonolive 直播。那我的 ID 的话是84385559。那至于相关的下载链接呢，我会放在下面的置顶留言，大家记得可以去下载，一起来看直播哦。